today we're going to be talking about Paradise. Just came into the game today. It's a quick guide, as fast and succinct as I can make it. Who can do it? Anyone 1580 and up. If you are 15 below 1640, however, you don't have your T skill, so you're gonna have to change your build up. It's gonna take a little bit more time. You're gonna have to do a little bit slower approach. I'll explain the 3 different ways to do that real quick here. The first one is the efficient way of doing it. And this is what you want to do on like your alts. You're not really worried about min-maxing too much or your limited silver and things like that. You want to go over to Elysian, do 1 floor, hop over to cruise, and then go into your gear, upgrade, right click everything that has an up arrow, and then go to each slot, and then you're going to want to upgrade them based on what character you're playing. Key points to look for are going to be crit rate, skill cooldown, and the specialty meter recovery. Now, the specialty meter recovery during combat is really, really strong. There's a small, there is a medium, and then there's a large there as well. And this one, reaching those gives you a lot of meter in combat. So if you have an identity-based class, those are really important. Otherwise, crit and cooldown are very strong as well. There's also crit damage, some other things, additional damage and things like that. But for your first week, just focus on those. So that kind of covers that. Something else to note is when you're doing the restore here, the gray can only be used for levels 1 and 2. Blue are the green are for going to 3 and going to 4. And then so on and so forth up the line here. You cannot use the lower ones on the higher ones. However, you can use the higher ones on the lower ones. So if I needed to do something like do a bunch of green ones, which is the 2 to 3, and I didn't have any more, I could use blues. Highly recommend not doing that for efficiency's sake, even if you're playing this casually. But once again, if you're doing a casual approach, just do like Elysian 1, go do Crucible 1, go back and do this. If you beat Crucible 1 on your first try, great. If not, this 60% mark right here gives you 5 gear pieces. Open that up, equip it, upgrade it, following that same logic over here. And then go back and finish the last 100%. Swap back to Elysian, finish level 2. Go back over to Crucible, finish level 2 here after upgrading again. If you get to 60% again, stop, open up the box, upgrade your gear, equip the upgrades. Then try to finish out the 100% if you didn't finish it the first time. If you need to buy extra Crucible challenge tickets, go down to the Paradise Exchange right here for 100k silver each. Now going back over here to the Elysian, then just finish out the 3 throughout it. Now, if you do, that's something to note is if you have the Azena's Blessing, the weekly one, there's a weekly ticket in there that expires weekly. You have to use that. Make sure you do use that. It will expire every reset. You're also going to be getting from the Crucible rewards here, these tickets, these are permanent. Now, when should you use those? Those are going to be, some people using it this week to try to get some gains this week, try to have fun, play the leaderboard, do what you want at the end of the day. Ideally, you're going to want to wait a little bit later in the process when the rates are going to be higher for the legendary relic artifact pieces, whatever they are, or ancient, I think they are. And so the longer you hold on to them, the more you can min-max that. Over time, right now, you're going to see a lot of people that are going to spike up in Paradise power a lot higher than you. On those people, they just got lucky with like legendary pieces, relic, and ancient. But that will normalize over time and stuff like that. That's the casual way of approaching this. That's kind of what I did on my alts. Going in, if you want to min-max and sweat as much as possible, start by going to the Paradise Exchange, buy like a couple tickets, 2 or 3, come up to Paradise, go straight in at 6k power, and try to beat the boss to 60%, get that box. So after you get the 60%, equip it, get to the 100%, beat it. It's going to unlock the second floor of the Crucible. Try to get 60% and 100% again. If you manage to beat this, which is you can do if you have your T skill and a decent build and you get okay luck on the first box, you can hop back into Elysian at level 3 for all 5+1. So that's the way you min-max if you want to sweat it. If you don't care about that, do that first method I mentioned. There's some classes that have a really, really bad start. I did about 14 classes or something like that. As far as builds go, the only one I had a hard time with was any class below 1640. It was a little bit rougher. And then the Breaker. I think Breaker was probably the worst character. All the other ones were very easy to do this method with. All right, so then once we finish all these, go back into Elysian and try to do all of them. There's an auto repeat button in the top left. If you do have that checked, make sure you do not click the retry button because it can use 2 tickets on accident. Be careful with that. Something else to note is as we progress through these things, the rates start to decrease as far as like what percent you can upgrade these at. So start targeting and using only the use the restoration stones, and these type of things on the correct gray on gray, green on green, blue on blue, whatever I just explained a second ago. As far as like what builds to use, anything that provides crit rate and damage up. The Elysian side is going to be everything that's going to be AoE based with a little boss at the end. Crucible is going to be anything that's like a challenge or higher, like bosses. So you can adjust your builds accordingly and have like different presets for that. If you're not sure how to change your skills, just as an example, I can go into my skills here. Like I can adjust my skills here for things like if I look at my Chaos Dungeon skills, just as an example, like I have this guy right here for damage to lesser or normal monsters. That wouldn't work on the bosses, right? So I would need to change over to like Red Dragon on this tripod, just as a talking point and as an example. So make sure you go through your builds like that before going into like the Crucible stuff. Now moving along to the orbs. You do get that at the end of the third boss from this chest right here. That's at Paradise Orb Selection chest. You get all 3 throughout the season, so don't sweat if you pick one and wanted a different one at boss level 3, 6, and 10. The healing orbs the most common pick right now. They're all fine. I wouldn't sweat about it too much. Just pick your favorite color. It doesn't matter, honestly. I will say the heal effect is a little annoying outside of this content. Like Guardian Raids, you're going to start seeing these big like water bubbles popping up. And if everyone casts them, they're kind of obnoxious. Yeah, so that kind of covers like the Elysian stuff, the Crucible stuff, the upgrading. Keep in mind that when you're upgrading these slots, or you upgrade the slots, not the gear. So regardless of what you're equipping, these slot levels stay at like 4, 5, and 4 here. Now the Hell Keys, this is something that we got the August update will give us the cube exchange. We don't have that in yet. We got a one-time roster reward that's going to be in the F4 shop product inventory here. There's going to be an extra little line here. As well as this Paradise Exchange has 3 down here, 1, 2, and 3. That's a one-time purchase on your entire account and your roster. Or rather on your roster, so different regions, I guess you could in theory buy it, but whatever. Now the weekly seasonal leaderboard up here, if you go into the Crucible tab, you can check my rankings or the ranking info, and then you can check your current ranking rewards with Hell Keys. The higher up you go, the more better rarity Hell Keys you get. There's a whole chart on that in the patch notes if you want the specifics. This is just meant to be a quick cover of that. So I think that kind of covers the casual approach, the sweat approach, and the general upgrade and methodology of this. Hopefully that helps. I know it seems like a lot. It's doable. If you need help, stop by Discord, stream, whatever it may be. Guys, say goodbye to YouTube. Hopefully that works. I love you guys. I'm fried. Okay.